It's finally here, the opening week of the 2025 Supercross season. While it feels odd that Anaheim 1 didn't take its usual spot on the first Saturday of January, the anticipation has only grown stronger. The off-season has been packed with changes, headlines, and plenty of drama, especially in the 250 class. This year, the 250 West Division is set to be one of the most competitive in recent memory, with a roster brimming with talent, ambition, and high stakes. Perhaps the biggest preseason miracle? We actually know the lineup for the 250 West Division ahead of race day. That's a rare luxury in the unpredictable world of Supercross. However, one key name still hangs in the balance: last year's West champion RJ Hampshire. His participation remains uncertain as he continues to recover from a wrist injury sustained during SMX in September. Regardless of his status, the 250 West field is locked, loaded, and ready to deliver fireworks. Riders like Hayden Degan, Levi Kitchen, Joe Shimoda, Garrett Marchbanks, and Jordan Smith are all vying for the championship, bringing both star power and intense rivalries to the track. With Anaheim 1 just around the corner, let's break down the biggest storylines, key questions, and predictions for this thrilling new season. Levi Kitchen. Is 2025 his year? Levi Kitchen has been on the radar as a future champion for a while now. After transitioning to pro circuit Kawasaki last season, he delivered a stellar performance, falling just 5 points short of the championship. Despite the disappointment of narrowly missing out, Kitchen showcased his resilience by finishing the season strong, even after a brutal crash in Nashville left him battered and bruised. Racing through pain, he secured a 2nd and 5th place in the final rounds, an impressive feat that underscores his grit and determination. As Kitchen heads into his 3rd season running the West Coast Series, expectations are sky high. He's already proven he can win indoors, with 4 main event victories to his name. However, one area he must improve to take the next step is his starts. Last season, Kitchen's average start position was around 6.0, putting him at a constant disadvantage. This stat becomes even more significant when compared to RJ Hampshire, who consistently started better and led 31 more laps than Kitchen. To contend for the title in 2025, Kitchen needs to bring his average start down to the 3.0 to 4.0 range. If he can consistently position himself at the front of the pack, his natural speed and racecraft will take care of the rest. By the time the series wraps up in Salt Lake City, don't be surprised if Kitchen is holding the red plate or at the very least, right in the thick of the championship battle. For Austin Forkner, the 2025 season marks a new chapter in his career. After nearly a decade with pro circuit Kawasaki, Forkner has moved to the second-year Triumph team in search of a fresh start. His time with Kawasaki was a roller coaster of incredible highs and devastating lows, with injuries often derailing his momentum. Now he's looking to rewrite his story. Forkner's talent has never been in question. Even last year, he demonstrated his speed and racecraft, leading races like Detroit before his season was cut short in Dallas. The move to Triumph offers Forkner a chance to reset, not just with a new bike, but with a new team, new tracks, and a fresh perspective. Triumph also enters the season with greater confidence, having worked out many of the issues that plagued their debut campaign. While Forkner's injury history makes him a wild card, his pairing with Triumph feels like a good fit. The team's focus on development and support could be exactly what Forkner needs to stay healthy and competitive throughout the season. If he can avoid setbacks and find his rhythm, he has the potential to be a dark horse in the championship race. Red Bull KTM's Julian Bowmer enters his sophomore season with a lot to prove. While his rookie campaign showed flashes of brilliance, he often struggled to maintain consistency. However, moments like his strong start at Anaheim 1 last year hinted at the potential he possesses. Now, the question is whether Bowmer can build on that foundation and emerge as a consistent podium contender. For Bowmer, success in 2025 will depend on 3 key factors: staying up front longer, finding consistency in the top three, and delivering at least one standout performance where he puts everything together. At just 18 years old, Bowmer has time on his side, but a strong showing this season could establish him as a serious contender for years to come. Plus, his switch to one gear adds a touch of individuality, a refreshing change in the factory ranks. Joe Shimoda's 2024 season was a tale of two halves. While his late-season form was championship-worthy, his slow starts and lack of early-season pace left him in a points deficit he couldn't recover from. Despite this, Shimoda remains one of the most talented riders in the field and a legitimate title contender. To claim his first #1 plate, Shimoda needs to hit the ground running in 2025. Consistency alone won't cut it in a field this competitive. He'll need to replicate his performances from Denver and Nashville throughout the season, while also improving his starts to avoid falling into early deficits. If Shimoda can find that balance, he has all the tools to be a serious threat for the championship. Hayden Degan, the final hurdle. Hayden Degan has already accomplished nearly everything in the 250 class, from outdoor championships to dominating performances in SX Futures. However, the one thing that has eluded him is a Supercross title. After finishing second in the last 2 seasons, Deegan is determined to finally conquer the 250 West Division in what could be his final year in the class. Deegan's talent is undeniable, but his championship bids have been derailed by a combination of bad luck and avoidable mistakes. Last year alone, his title hopes were undone by 3 key incidents. A crash in Detroit that wasn't his fault, a heated post-race meltdown in Birmingham, and a tough night in Philadelphia where Tom Vial boxed him out. For Deegan to succeed this year, he needs to keep his emotions in check and focus on consistency. With a stacked field behind him, any slip-up will be costly. However, if he can maintain his composure and avoid the pitfalls of previous seasons, Deegan is the favorite to claim the 250 West crown. As we gear up for Anaheim 1, the 250 West Division promises to deliver some of the most exciting racing we've seen in years. From rising stars like Deegan and Bowmer to seasoned veterans like Forkner and Shimoda, the field is packed with talent and storylines. The stage is set, the riders are ready, and the countdown is over. Let's drop the gate and see who rises to the occasion. Buckle up. It's going to be one hell of a season.